Hey guys, Colton here with another episode of Here Before, Here Now. As we continue to amplify voices for Native American Heritage Month, I wanted to do something with Rock Your Mocs. So, Rock Your Mocs is a movement that was started by Jessica Atzi, who is from Laguna Pueblo out in New Mexico. She started this several years ago, really just as a thing for friends on social media. Just, hey, rock your mocks on November 15th. Well, that was several years ago. And fast forward several years later, it's this global event now where people post photos of them wearing their moccasins. Now, moccasins, of course, is kind of footwear that Native American people, indigenous people have been wearing for millennia, right? And it's still here. It's so cool because I have my pair of moccasins. My kids have pairs of moccasins. It's so cute with how small they are when they're little babies wearing them, but of course they outgrow them, and then they continue to wear them as they grow up, buying bigger, different types. So many kinds of moccasins out there, made from deer hide, made from leather, and each tribe has their own kind. So it's so cool to see on full display, especially during this time of year, the kinds of moccasins that are out there. So I spoke to the founder of this movement, Jessica Atze, and she just was so floored at how much this movement has grown. So starting off with just one day, November 15th, has now become a week, and spoke with her about what she thinks about it and just what wearing moccasins means for Native people. A show of resiliency, a show of cohesion, and also a show of cultural pride. So here is my interview with her. Well, Jessica, thank you so much for being on my podcast. I'm so grateful to talk to you today. I'm interested because you founded Rock Your Mocs. Tell me about that. What is this movement about?
Good morning. Rock Your Mocs came about in 2011, and it was actually supposed to be a thing with my friends and I. At the time, Facebook had kind of been coming out in features, and I saw an event page. So I made an event page and I invited, just a couple of my friends, not knowing I made it public. And so people started chiming in and asking me what it was about. And it was basically wearing your moccasins without or unifying without actually being together, but wherever we were at that day, knowing that we were wearing our moccasins at the same time was kind of the concept. And then after that, it kind of just blew up and became what it is today, and which is a indigenous movement, people's movement, unifying through our moccasins and giving us a chance to express who we are as indigenous people. You kind of become your own ambassador when people ask you like, what are you wearing, or what kind of shoes or moccasins are those? It gives you a chance to express where you come from and what your moccasins are made of. And it stems back from our moccasins that were made a long time ago by our ancestors through hunting and using the hide from the animals. So it goes pretty deep within our culture. Different traditions, different tribes have different backgrounds and different stories, utilizing the resources that they had in their area.
Yeah, so I love that you created this just as a movement or a thing among friends, but it has definitely grown to this huge thing where now it's a week-long, I guess, recognition of Native American people and culture. What what do you think about that? I mean, about 15 years ago, it was just a little post on Facebook, but now it's like this huge movement.
You know, it amazes me every year how far people represent, and then it's actually taught me a lot with within my own culture of how many tribes there are that you know that don't have these traditions anymore, but are coming up with workshops to make moccasins and not even just moccasins, but cultural classes to bring back their traditions. And then health wise, like people create fun run walks, which is really cool. Diabetes is big in our Native communities, and I just like that people are utilizing it to express uh, a good and positive. Vibes for our culture.
And when you put the call out for people to use the hashtag Rock Your Mocks during this time of year. I'm sure you see like all kinds of moccasins with different beadwork, or I'm sure you've seen some pretty elaborate ones. Describe to me some of the ones that you've seen that kind of make like this impact on you.
So especially the beaded moccasins, because they can express, they can make a picture, they can express what they're representing. Like my favorite is these beaded moccasins. It's U.S. Marine Corps moccasins, and they usually post during Veterans Day, and it's no Veterans Day is coming up here on Tuesday. So like just stuff like that, like you know, and even learning the history of like when they use beaded moccasins like glass, right? Or before that was porcupine quills, or even just the process of making the moccasins, the hide, like tanning the hide. I think that is like one of my favorite stories, and my favorite is when they take the whole do the whole process to make the moccasin instead of just buying leather at the store. I mean, those are nice too. It's definitely a um a handcraft.
Mhm. When you wear your moccasins out and about, do people ever approach you and just kind of ask questions like, "What is that?" Especially people who aren't native.
Yes, they're like, "Oh, those are nice. Like, did you buy them at the store?" And I'm like, "No, my grandpa made me these." And I'm wearing my moccasins because not only just because it's Rock Your Mocs, but it gives me an opportunity to let people know that we had, as Indigenous people, are still here and that we're still representing and we are living just like everyone else in this society.
Yeah. When you think about it, and like all different kinds of moccasins, all this type of footwear, these have been made for so long by tribes for millennia.
Right, right.
Do you think that nowadays you see a lot of the influence with some of the shoes that we wear today? I mean, sometimes you see collaborations like with Nike and other native patterns and all that stuff. What do you think about all that?
Um, You know, when Nike comes out with like the collaboration with the native moccasin, or even people creating their own version of moccasin, I think that's great. Especially I've learned that a lot of people who are diabetic can't wear moccasins, so it's cool. Maybe there's a shoe out there that that looks like a moccasin that they could wear that's comfortable for them. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, wow. When you put the call out for picks, are you surprised at the number of people who are participating? And where are they participating from?
Right. Sometimes it's like a good overwhelming because I like again, I can't believe how far it reached. Um, and just they're so colorful, they're so beautiful. As far as I remember the past years, we got in from Japan, we've gotten from Russia, we've gotten from Dutch. We've even had people be silly and like make moccasins out of duct tape, or they put like this lady, she's from France and she wanted to participate and she put her shoes or her feet in French bread or something like that. So they get creative. Even as far as animals, people make moccasin for their dogs, which is pretty cool. And then my other favorite is the baby moccasins. Those are so cute.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the babies grow out of those so quickly. So, Jessica, what's your background?
My background as far as work, where I'm
Yeah,
from.
just from your native background. Like, where are you
Oh,
from?
my native background. I'm from Laguna Pueblo. It's located 40 miles west of Albuquerque.
Yeah, wow. And do you have this huge influence, of course, of Native American culture in New Mexico? Are you expecting to see a lot of people out and about with their moccasins there?
Yes, yes. I've been getting uh questions about what day is it or the original day. So the original day is November 15th. And I created that without it's right in the middle of November. And then this year for school specifically we and workplaces we created a week so that they could participate because Rocker Mox was falling on a weekend. So it is November 10th to the 14th to the 15th. this year.
Yeah. And you going to be wearing your Mocs every day that day, that week?
Yeah, yes, I'll be wearing my moccasins.
Okay, cool. Right on. Well, Jessica, thank you so much. Thank you for talking to me about this day and what it means for you and Native people and showing Native identity and also that the people are still here.
Yes, yes. Thank you for having me, Colton.
All right, yes, that was my interview with Jessica. Love to hear her movement and how it has grown so much in the last few years. Would love to see you rock your Mocs too. So if you want to participate, share it on social media, hashtag rock your Mocs, or tag them at rock your Mocs. And maybe she'll highlight that on her pages as well. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Here Before, Here Now. Send me more ideas, colton.schoen@azfamily.com or on my social media. All right, until next time. See you then.